as the breeze passes my skin, reminding me why I have the damn trench coat, the drenched streets from the rain prior, and the smell of faint urine emanating from the sidewalk, with everyone passing by minding their own business, hearing screams from afar, but it falls on deaf ears. Because it's not just one scream, but many in this god-forsaken city. I guess this is where I come in, to help those screams be heard, to not just be a beacon of light, but a small sliver of... New murder case. Oh, looks like we have our first case in our hands. Like I said, it is my job to help the unheard in this town, to be heard, and bring justice to those who done them. I don't know how any of this works. How the hell do you get to WoW Towers? Anyways, annoyed by the user-friendliness of it, I decided to Google it and found out that we had to pull up this detective notebook and insert the address. That's it. As I approached the crime scene, with the police decimating a nearby neighbor for reasons, I walked in and apparently that is illegal, but who the hell cares? We're the best detective in this town and rules don't apply to me. So based on the crime scene, there is a dead body, and we're able to deduce what exactly killed the suspect. And a VHS tape, maybe something saucy on here. But moving on, my instinct tells me to go to her workplace, wondering if this is a case of a jealous coworker who did not like the fact she did not want to eat the chocolate ganache cake that she made for the company party. It could be the case of some crazed feeding fetish, specifically chocolate. But before I jump onto that conclusion, I decide to go ahead and interrogate her doctor for any information on her. In all honesty, the doc is a bit of an ass, but any information pertaining to our victim is not really useful. This part being a dead end, I decide to head towards her workplace. One problem: there's some cameras on watch, and we're gonna need to solid snake this. As I continue to snoop through the office, trying to figure out more information on Micah, whatever the victim's name is, only for my sneaky skills to fail me. Recovering from my injuries, I find myself in a hospital bed, and it seems like we need to pay our bills, but if you know me... So my victory was short-lived as I found out that I have no money, hungry, and have the worst headache ever. I tried to steal some food off the vendors, but they were all closed. And even looking through the trash can looking for scrap, but nothing. And to add to that, freaking scent milk. Oh, the humanity. As I continue to down this horrid substance, with the rain pouring in, I contemplated how can I be a beacon of hope to these people while I'm down in the dumps. This may be it, you guys. This may be... Wait a minute. Just a crazy idea, but you have to remember I am the ruler of the fourth circle of hell. If anything, I can easily dump this reality and start a new one. Also, I did shot myself on the foot this time, setting the difficulty high. I guess you could say that I bite more than I chew. Anyways, I'll be right back. Welcome to the fourth circle of hell 2, and as you can see, I got myself an apartment since the gameplay options allowed me to, and decided to give myself a little bit of money because who doesn't want more money? Also dialed down the difficulty to normal, so in some technicality, it should be easy, right? And it looks like we got ourselves a case, degenerates. I grab the case papers and head to the scene of the crime. I think it's pretty obvious with the random notes of paper lying around that the difficulty is dialed down. But nonetheless, it should help me with my first case. And based on this note right here, may be the killer's name. So I couldn't really make heads and tails of it yet. But what's more important is the fact that we got his prints. As I continued to loiter around the crime scene, I headed down the lobby, bored out of my mind, only to find a CCTV room right here in the front of the hotel. Thank God for procedural generation. While I was printing away any useful information, apparently the front desk gal heard me, so I ran out in a fit. Yet in a turn of events, I was getting holed up, meaning I had to fight back. Never mind, I actually ran away. It's still gonna pursue me? With the mugger out of sight, I went back and did the same thing. Grabbed the photo of this guy, this dude, and whoever this is, until I started printing. And of course, the front desk gal heard me. So of course I ran out. But as I come back again to find the front desk gal died in my place. So long, Serbianchi. You tried your best to catch me. Well, due to the massive damage that I took prior, I decided to sleep in my apartment that I mysteriously bought that I did not cheat to get. Oh no, I definitely paid it with my money. So we'll be right back. As the next day comes along, I took a bite out of my coffee and sipped at my yakisoba pan while I went back to the CCTV room to gather more information. But not really much I can do with these potential suspects since I don't have their names. I tried to get more information out of the receptionist, but of course he's also not. It looks like the killer strikes again. I decided to check the room, make sure no officers around. But there's a not so suspicious person wearing a Where's Waldo getup right in front of the door of the crime scene. So I decided to question him. He answered my questions politely, and apparently he knows the first victim, and I had to bribe him to get his name. And his name is Noor Sayeg. Nothing suspicious so far, so I let the man go and decided to barge into the scene. And I found the same crumpled note on the ground, but this time the note has a letter filled in, which my mind will ponder on it for some time. In the meantime, I decided to rummage through the poor sod stuff and found very little of this victim in particular. He just lives with this other dude who just left. And I took a peek at their renter's agreement and thought it was a good idea to stamp it right here on my detective board. And to be honest, I don't even know what I'm looking at. But I looked at the note again and back at Noor Sayeg's name, and with my demon's third eye talking to me. It's a hunch, but all we need are his prints. But before we confront our possible perpetrator, if you enjoyed the content so far, I do recommend dropping that subscribe and that like right there. It really does help the channel. Or if you'd like to hear more of my voice, that's even fine as well. While he refused my request, I decided to let myself in. With his guard down, I took his prints and it matches. And his hat is off. Hey, he was on the CCTV screen just a few days ago. I guess they weren't that useless at all. With the case solved, the question is, how do I get out of here? I tried to lockpick my way out, no luck. And instead I checked for any vents. And there is right above the computer. And it looks like his wife is awake, so we better jet out of here. As I sprint out with bloodstains on my hands. This is what success feels like. I punched in the answers and turned in the case. With a little more money in my bank account, and I may rest easy in the city, and maybe, just might be the best damn detective in this town.